Alright, let's try a different aircraft. Instant action. No. Oh, here we go. Right. Nice and easy. Make sure I turn the labels off when I jump in. F shift and F2.
Contact target 12 o'clock, point 6.
We want
Two supply trucks are ahead of you at the fork in the river, left of the town, 9 clicks ahead. The groups are marked with green smoke. Waypoint 2, labeled supply, is the target location.
Okay, so set my right MFCD to
Contact target 11 o'clock, point 9.
And my weapons are on.
Contact target 11 o'clock, point 9.
I throttle back, going for a dive. I haven't got anything mapped. Did I hit? Got one. Yeah.
Nice job taking out those trucks. The next target is Insurgent Patrol, 2 trucks and infantry, at waypoint 3, labeled Patrol. The target is marked with red smoke. Take it out.
Selecting rockets for this. Oh god, this is so much easier compared to flying that Spitfire around. So I want to come in from east to west on a rocket attack first, and then follow it with guns. Well, the targeting pods on the other side of the aircraft, so it's not going to be much good to me. Not that I'm going to be using it for this run. If you've not been watching, I'm in VR, so that will explain why the screen is a little bit distorted. Okay, coming in, reducing my airspeed a little bit. Okay, throttle back. That's going to be my main targets.
Pull up! Pull up!
Oh, I didn't think I hit a bloody thing there. I'm not very good with rockets. Alright, we'll try another run with guns. We'll try west to east. It's been a while since I've been in an A10. That's no excuse. Okay, turning in. I've got my TGP locked on something, but it's not this. Can't see the target. because I've not got my VR zoom mapped. There's definitely vehicles there.
Pull up! Pull up!
I need to map that. Oh, dude, there's no VR zoom. What? Oh, that's terrible. Let's set myself to waypoint 3. Patrol, at least give myself a bit of an idea of where it is. What the heck? Why is my Mavericks on? TGP. I should have gone in the right hand orbit, then at least I'd have been able to see stuff on the TGP. Okay. Right, so there's a vehicle. Let's level out. Okay, so there he is. Let's try and get a guns kill. Missed, come on.
Pull up! Pull up!
Oh, there he is.
Altitude!
he's on fire.
Altitude! Pull up! Pull up!
I'm way too low, really. There's some infantry down there, but they're flipping hard to spot. I need to be higher up, really. I'm rusty as hell. I've normally taken these two out by now. Right. There should be troops. There's one. So we're going to actually just go in for a guns kill on this one guy. We've marked him on the what's it called, MFD. Yeah, you got him. Okay, let's head to the next waypoint. We want to take this out with the GBU 38, which is a GPS guided munition. So I want to change the actually I don't want to change anything for 38. All we need to do is right, we want to what do we do? There we go. Okay, so why aren't we? Oh, I know. Teams back on. There we go. Okay. Okay, so we want to be really ideally at around about at least 8,000 feet for this. Oh heck, what have we just done? Slave to that. Yeah, there we go. We'll zoom in on that and just mark a point there and slave all our sensors to that point. Now, needed a bit of left rudder here. We seem to be getting into a bit of a crosswind. That'll do actually. That's a good altitude. So what's going to happen is the those two kind of little triangles on the reticule in the center are indications of when the optimal time is to release the weapon. And there's a kind of a bar that will kind of turn counterclockwise like a countdown, and when it kind of gets halfway in between those two triangles, that's the optimal point for release. So any time now, weapon away, and on the turn away, and on the left hand side you can see a number counting down, and to 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, bang, splash. Okay, that's a good hit on target, and we now got some tanks to go and kill. Right, so we're going to start off with another GBU-38. These are not always super accurate, but okay, so there's a crossroads, and around that area we've got some tanks. Not quite sure how close we are to that actually. I think we're just over it. I think it's down there. And well, I can't see them though. Let's try. Oh, hang on, what's that there? Alright, so I think we're a bit far away at the moment. There we are. And if you've got a stationary target, you know, you stand a decent chance of hitting it with the GBU-38. And time to target is just about 1 minute. Is that even a target? I think it is. We'll soon see.
2, contact air defense target, 12 o'clock, port 3.
Okay, it's gone away. So what we're going to do is call up the wingman and oh shit. I'm not releasing any yet. I want to be on D. That was a missile launch. To engage air defences.
2, engage air defenses. 2, copy. 2, engaging air defenses.
I am not seeing anything around that area. I think that sometimes if you don't kill all those infantry, you don't get it's not going well today. It's because people are watching, hopefully. I'm getting a bit bored actually. Oh, wait a minute. What have we got here? Oh, there we go.
2, running in.
There's our air defense
2,
target.
missile away.
See, there it goes.
2, rounds on target.
Got him. What's that down there? Is that something that's been shot down? I don't see anything else in that area. You expect to see them fairly near to this crossroads, which is where they're supposed to be located. Looks like they've already been taken out by something. This is where they should be, right here. Yeah, looks like they've already been taken out. What's my next target? Is a column. We're going to want Mavericks for this. Where is it? Am I flying over the top of it? Well, Mavericks on. Are they warmed up? Yes, they are. Okay, so there should be on this road somewhere. I only knows where though. Start searching for them. The targeting pod. Yeah. So they've gone the other way. Doesn't seem to be anything there. I think the mission's messed up somehow. Oh well. Let's try visual. There's my wingman. Long suffering. He is. Sit down round here somewhere. Yeah, I just think that something's gone wrong with the mission and the triggers haven't worked properly. It's a bit annoying. Okay. Let's go back to base. Take her up. Alright, let's tune our to 138. ILS is 108.9. Okay. So we haven't really achieved much today in terms of killing stuff. Everything seems a bit off center. Why do things seem off center? That's better. Is it because that's better? Okay, runway 31, so let's just dial that in on here. Runway 310. So it looks like I'm going to have to fly past the runway and then turn back on myself. It's at the north end of that lake, as I remember. It's a bit of a fly to get there. Let's put the VR zoom on, the speedy up time thing. That didn't work. Okay. We are flying at hyperspeed now. Okay, it's normal speed. I think. Yep, it is.
Warning, autopilot.
Okay, so our there's our landing fields, just off to the left there. I'm going to start. We might give them a ring on the radios. Where's the buttons? F5, F5. Where's F5? Five. Oh, hang on. There's issues with VR in that sometimes there's stuff on your screen that you can't see, and it won't let you work any of the keys.
China, Hog 1-1, inbound. Hog 1-1, Martini, fly heading 119, Fort 17, QFE 28.15, runway 31, to pattern altitude.
I constantly seem to be like off center. I don't know where, because it's.
Hog 1-1, cleared for visual, contact tower.
Okay. I feel like I'm like need to be angled a little bit more forwards. I don't know whether it's my seat or what. The way that the VR is set up, finding it a little bit difficult to center it up. I feel like I'm sitting slightly off to the left. It's a little bit frustrating. I'm trying to get it right. That seems to be about as good as I'm going to get it at the moment. It's slightly irritating, and it's making flying a little bit difficult because I feel like I'm not looking through the middle of the canopy. I don't know what that was. I'm just taking my headset off there. This is not how to do an ILS approach at all, by the way. Let's turn off my weapon systems. I don't want anything going wrong. There's definitely like a strong crosswind at play here. I'm having to give it a hell of a lot of rudder to compensate. So I want to get down to 2,500 feet and then do a turn. And then I'll contact the tower. Well, there's no way that this is 2,500 feet, so let's start this turn. I've overcooked this. Look, that's not very good, is it? Alright, let's do our request landing.
China, Hog 1-1, request landing. Hog 1-1, Makini, clear to land, runway 31, wind 193, at 5 meters per second.
The flaps down, get the gear down. There's definitely one hell of a crosswind here. Concentrating. It's been a while since I've done a landing in a hog. Gears down and locked.
Altitude, altitude.
Oh, this is really booking around. Okay. Speed brakes deployed. Brakes on.
RTB.
Nose wheel steering on. I'm not going to make it. I need to go for the next one. Oh well. It was hardly a successful mission, but it was fun to fly the A10 for a change. Oh, get on the runway, get on the runway. Okay. Flaps up. Okay, we are down. Okay, let's jump in. Let's jump in a Gazelle. Okay, I have not flown the Gazelle for, oh my god, ages, months. I tell a lie. I was in the pilot in the co-pilot seat in a multiplayer session briefly for about 5 minutes, but I didn't take control. So this is going to be interesting to see whether or not I can actually manage to get this thing to even take off and land without smashing it to pieces in fiery death. Oh, DCS has stopped working. Let's run it again. Okay. So we want instant action. We want the static tanks. Right, hopefully it won't crash. Is it going to load? Yeah. Okay. All right. It's okay. Right. So. Let me just turn to the audio options. Let's turn the volume up a bit. All right. So this is a little tiny cockpit. It's even little and tinier with a big fat pilot in there. Okay. Right, so with this you want right rudder on takeoff. Very gently on the power. Oh God Almighty! This is right. Okay, we'll just get airborne. Just get airborne. Just get airborne. Because this is totally different to flying the Huey. This just wants to kill you. Alright, so we've got some forward momentum there. This is kind of like, I don't know. Well, it's not relaxing. Let's just say that. For start off, everything happens like really fast compared to in the Huey. I've got no feel for anything here. This is just very unpredictable. So I'm used to kind of a different feel to the helicopter. I'm going to try and bring us in for a landing. This doesn't look too bad. I'm guessing this is where I need to start feeding the power back in. I'm in a hover now, by all accounts. and I'm just wary of my descent rate because I don't want to get into a vortex ring state. I think that red light is my altitude warning. Hopefully that's not an engine warning light. Okay, this is, I feel in control. I feel in control here. Winding the collective on. Easing it down into what I can only describe as semi-stable hover, and then just letting it just gently kiss the landing pad. Okay, alright, well that wasn't terrible. I feel like my seating position could be better. Alright, it's okay, so let's recenter the old zoom there. Alright, bit of right rudder, a little bit of back on the stick, very gently up with the collective, and it's starting to get light. Alright, okay. This is the bit where I tend to like panic because it takes off and then you expect it to kind of just stay still in a ground effect, but it wants to go all over the place like it is now. It's just like scary. And I'm just wondering, perhaps I'm not giving it enough power. Alright, that seems to be kind of holding. I'd like to be able to kind of just do like a taxi hover. But in the Huey, you kind of just find that torque setting, and it just likes to stay at 5 or 6 feet and hold there. But in this, it seems to be a lot more difficult to find that sweet spot. Although, and if I'm doing a right, turning with the rudders, it wants to kind of lose altitude. It's much more difficult to fly it like this than it is to kind of fly it when it's moving quickly. Alright, so let's just assume that I'm going to give it a tiny bit more torque. Okay, I'm guessing that dial below my airspeed indicator is the torque meter. Yes, I think it is. I'm just going to tip the nose in a little bit. Get a little bit of forward airspeed going. Again, that transitional lift comes in, and then you want to take that rudder off, and you need to kind of apply opposite. It's not really, technically speaking, rudder, I don't think. Alright, so now we're kind of flying. And we're doing, well, getting on for 200 knots, so at this airspeed the helicopter should behave a lot more like a fixed wing. So, there's no rudder on whatsoever, and I'm just trying to hold a stable altitude. It's much harder to read the controls as well in VR. And you need the just tiniest inputs on the cyclic. I don't know if the helicopter's got any armour. Got labels on again. Let's turn those off. Take my hands off the controls for a second to and oh, I pressed the wrong button. No, I can't seem to turn labels off. Perhaps I'm pressing the wrong key. I can't really see the keyboard. Can we open this window? Is that clickable? No. Alright, let's go and have some fun. Do some low level stuff. This is so twitchy compared to the Huey. I think I definitely need to put some curves on this. I don't really enjoy flying the Gazelle, to be honest. I don't mind being in it when someone else is flying it, but actually flying it gives me the willies. I just feel like the default position in the cockpit isn't right. That's more like it. That's kind of where I should be. I need to play around with it really. Okay, so the landing pads are over there. Shift and F2. No. Left shift and F2 should be the labels. Why isn't that working? Alright, so we're going to try and do a landing at those over there. So we're going to do a left-hand turn. And slow down. And descend. Seems I feel in control. I feel in control here still. You make a gentle turn to the right. Still got plenty of airspeed. And now I just want to watch that airspeed, and when that starts to drop, I think that's when I need to start whacking more power in. Coming over the power lines now. I'm going for the far left of the landing pads. So if I miss that, it's because I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so the airspeed's dropping off now, and I need to start putting rudder back in. I'm a little bit high, but that's okay. having to feed that power back in there to just keep my rate of descent at a good rate of descent. And I feel in control. A little bit of right rudder just to kind of stabilise it, and I feel in control. Still feeling in control, which is unusual. Bit more power, bit more power, and then just gently. It just feels like it wants to start oscillating when it gets down into ground effect. Waggle the rudders as I bring it down to, oh, that's got to be one of the best landings I've ever done in the Gazelle. Definitely. Okay, enough of that. Let's try something else. Let's go in the Mi-8. We'll do a cold start in the Mi-8. So I hope I remember how to do this, because otherwise it's going to be somewhat embarrassing. So alright, so here we are. So what I want to do is oh, hang on, no. First thing first, turn all the breakers on. Not these ones, because these are for the weapons. We don't need those. And take the rotor brake off. And no, I'd like to be in the other seat actually. Do I need the standby generator now? Rectifiers on, and then we want our fuel pumps on, and we want all those set to on. We'll jump back into the pilot seat, and it's okay. We want that set to that. We want the APU set to start, and then start. And we should get our APU spinning up. Okay, we've got good RPMs on our APU. And so we should now be able to go for left engine start. Hit the start button and then turn the fuel on. Anything? Yeah, that's all good. That's all good. So let's put some lights on. Turn the labels off. Let's turn labels off. Alright, so we've got left engine's good, so we go for right engine start. And fuel on. Start turning this stuff on. Turn a radar altimeter on. And gauges are going up nicely there. should be able to turn on our main generator power now.
Отказал второй генератор. Отказал второй генератор. Отказал первый генератор. Отказал первый генератор.
Okay, so we should be good to go. Let's taxi out to the runway. So tiny little bit of collective, and then forward on the stick to start us rolling along. And backward on the stick is going to break us. This is a really fun helicopter to fly. Broke my helicopter somehow. Yeah, I've broken it somehow. That didn't go well. Alright, okay, well at least we got it started. Let's just do free flight. Let's just assume I've gone through that rigmarole again. Don't know what I did there. Wasn't watching what I was doing. Probably hit something with my tail rotor. And the weather's a bit nicer as well. Alright, okay. Alright, so turn the labels off. We can see if we can follow him. So oh dude, this is such a tricky one on the takeoffs. Alright, so we're up in the air. And there he is, there's the other helicopter. We're going to tag along with him. Try and do a bit of formation flying. Now the Gazelle will try and kill you. This is a little bit more forgiving once it's in the air. Alright, where's he gone? Right, I am going to have to turn labels on so I can see where he is. Oh, there he is. Visibility is not as good. As the Gazelle, or indeed the Huey. Trying to form up on him, but I'm not doing a very good job. Going a lot faster than him, I think. Okay. Alright, now we seem to be resaddled, sort of. That's just my altitude warning, because I've dropped below whatever it's set to. He makes violent course changes, this guy does. Let's try and form up on him. It's a bit warm in this cockpit. Feel the weight of this aircraft much more than you do the Huey. Just moving up to his right hand side. Guess that the correct position for me to be saddled on his left hand side is when I see his right rear wheel and line up with that front wheel. That's about where I need to be. Perhaps a little bit further forward. And I always want to be like a couple of feet stacks above him. Obviously, I'm, 4 or 5 rotor blades here, moving in. I'll get a lot closer from there. UH1, but I'm not risking it, MI8 because I'm not really that good at flying it yet. thanks to the warning and the sudden violent turn. Warn me, dude. Nice and gentle movement so your wingman can maintain position. Guardata. I think that's where he's headed actually. So I'm going to just go into a trail formation here. There's Guardata over there. It takes a hell of a long time to get this helicopter to slow down. I'm sure I'd be overshooting there if I didn't have the guy in front as a guide. That'll do for today. Thanks for watching if you were. See you on the next one.